Hello, beautiful souls. It's Kat from Elevate for Self Love, my channel where we talk about recovering from toxic relationships and regaining your self love and self esteem. Today's topic is going to be toxic people are lacking in self awareness. So, this is a topic I'm sure most of you are familiar with. And if you've dated someone who's a toxic person, or if you've had interactions in your family with someone who's toxic, or even toxic friends, I think you probably know that toxic people lack self awareness. This is my opinion and my take on things, and I'll just preface it by saying that. Um, I think they're all different and they have different levels of awareness of what they're doing as far as their, let's say, bad behavior. Some of them may maliciously plan to hurt other people. Some are just trying to survive based upon learning abusive behaviors in their past. So they'll act out in abusive ways because that's what they learned as a child. Some have no idea they're hurting anyone, while others take pleasure in actually hurting you. So I think they're all different. And I think we can't, paint a broad stroke completely on these people because depending upon their diagnosis and what difficulties they have with mental health, then there are different motivations and different levels of self awareness. I think, also we have to make a distinction like the self awareness of doing bad behaviors and, let's say, intentionally hurting someone. There can be an awareness of intentionally hurting that person. However, they're not actually aware of the reasons why they hurt that person. So they can know they're hurting that person. They have an awareness of that, but they don't have the self awareness to understand the deeper motivations on a subconscious level of why they're doing that. Like for narcissists, let's say as an example, they may know they're hurting someone, but they don't know why. They don't have the understanding that they are narcissists. So that lack of self-awareness is still there despite the fact that they are aware of what they're doing. So I think we have to make a distinction between those two things just to start out. Um, some people like narcissists, they want to hurt you because it gives them a satisfaction and they like to feel powerful and in control. So power and control is important to them, and they may want to hurt you because they're jealous. They may just want to hurt you because they want to feel superior. Some of these people will look at you as everything that they are not. If you're watching my channel, you're probably very compassionate, loving, kind, and caring, maybe codependent too. They are not that as far as the compassionate, loving, kind, and caring. Deep inside, subconsciously, even, there can be a part of them that wishes that they were like you. And there's this envy, there's this jealousy where their actions, like their negativity and their bad behavior comes out because they're so insecure deep inside, and they wish they were like you. Um, but they're not because they don't have those values and they don't have that mindset. So there's this jealousy that makes them act abusive towards you or hurtful towards you, whatever it is. If you're successful too, they feel inferior. Like the more successful you are, the more inferior they'll feel deep inside because it's like just you existing brings out their insecurities. So it's like it's not even necessarily anything you've done. Like you can just exist as a person who may be a great person. You may be a great person, successful, kind, caring person, and they will hate you for that. And they will try to tear you down for that because you just existing is a mirror. It's a reflection of what they're not. And like I've had it in the past where I've experienced like the things I would achieve, then this other person would then try to achieve the same exact things. So you can see, like, even though they didn't even know it, like they didn't say anything to me about it, or it wasn't a discussion, but it was underlying on a subconscious level. This person was trying to, achieve the things I achieved and be the things that I was. It's kind of creepy, actually, if you think about it. But if you analyze the situations you've been in, you'll realize that sometimes these people, particularly like cluster B personality disordered people, there's this envy and this almost like this mirror, like I said. And it's like when they see you and they see you being great and like being in your full greatness, they just hate you more and they just try to either tear you down, they try to outdo you, one upmanship, they try to achieve the things that you've achieved, and so forth. So there's this insecurity that gets triggered in them the minute they see somebody else is doing better than them or perceived to be doing better than them. It's not like, um, but it's not your fault. Like it's not like you actually even did anything. You literally will be in the situation with that type of person, and these things will occur. This dynamic will occur even though you did nothing. All you did was you did you, and um, I think those types of people are just not the kind of people you want to have around because you want to have around you supportive people who celebrate your successes and you celebrate theirs. That's what's healthy. I think we all need to understand that there's enough success and money and positive things in life, fulfilling friendships, relationships, love. There's enough to go around for everyone. So if someone else has what you don't have, then you shouldn't be jealous of that person. You should be like, well, I can get mine and I can be happy too for them and I can be happy for myself. So it's not like where you would be angry. Like, so someone with the cluster B, they get like angry, envious, and jealous that you have what they don't have. And like I said, it could be qualities of your personality, good qualities of your personality. It could be material things that you have, or it could be achievements that you've achieved in life. So healthy people and healthy friends will not look at you in that same way. They won't have this feeling of inferiority towards you that will bring anger and this envy and jealousy out of them. It will be, just like I'm happy for you for your successes, and you're happy for me for my successes. That's like a healthy dynamic. So those are the kind of people you want to keep around you, obviously. Um, So, like I said, toxic people are driven by insecurities on a subconscious level. They're not necessarily aware of these insecurities. They don't know what's happening. Um, even a narcissist who is aware that they're hurting you is being driven by this subconscious need to feel superior. So they don't consciously admit this and they don't know what they're doing, but they're doing it because they feel so small and insignificant deep down inside. They have no idea though what's motivating them. And that's why I feel toxic people in general are lacking in self-awareness. They know what they think is motivating them, but they attribute their actions and feelings to things that they consciously think. They don't have a deeper understanding of themselves because they've cut off those parts of themselves a long time ago. They don't want to face shame, and being self aware would mean having to do that, being accountable, having remorse, and dealing with shame. So it's almost as if they're in a type of denial where they live life from a place of false motivations and reality. They will not face the true reality underneath because they honestly can't see it. Maybe this is like a defense mechanism. I think some people feel the development of MPD and BPD were essentially defense mechanisms against childhood trauma anyway. And so this kind of shutting off, not seeing the true motivations of them and facing that part is probably defense mechanism related to that. But they put on a good show. It's a classic narcissist and they act superior in general. You'll see grandiose types of behaviors and showmanship. And if it's a covert narcissist, then they're more quiet and passive aggressive, in my experience, like little small insults and digs, strange things they say or do which make no sense. I feel like the covert narcissists are so much harder to spot and therefore even more dangerous. It's like you don't know what you don't know until it's too late. Same thing with BPD. Someone with BPD hides their dysfunction until it's too late. They pretend like they care for you, and then suddenly the bottom falls out. Any kind of interactions with these cluster B people are very damaging. It can really shake your world and make you doubt reality. Of course, the gaslighting, doesn't help because the gaslighting helps you to literally question your reality. So when you're dealing with the gaslighting and you're dealing with having been love bombed and now you're being devalued, there's so much cognitive dissonance. It really does shake up your world and you feel like an intense pain and a betrayal because you trusted that this person really cared for you and it turns out that they didn't. It's devastating no matter what to interact with a false persona. And that's what you're doing when you're interacting with someone who's a narcissist or borderline personality disorder, um, and even other, cluster Bs or different mental illnesses. Because again, you take the person at face value. You take the person as they care for you and you believe that this is true. This is your day to day reality. And then when the bottom falls out and it turns out that it was all a lie, and then they're blaming you because that's part of their mental illness. Like they are going to turn the entire thing around on you and blame you for it. So it's like almost like doubly painful because first you find out that this person doesn't actually care for you the way they said. And then they try to blame you for the entire thing. And if you've done your homework, if you're watching this channel and also doing any research at all, this is a classic pattern, right? This is unfortunately a classic pattern of what these people do. And they don't have the self-awareness to take accountability for their part. You're not going to see a narcissist actually take accountability. You're not going to see someone with BPD showing real remorse because literally they don't they don't see what they do. They literally cannot see it. It's like someone with blinders on that can't see it and they unfortunately really believe it's you. Like a narcissist, in some respects may have an awareness that they've done bad things. I don't think the people with borderline personality disorder are as malicious, like, with what they do because I don't think they really have any real awareness. I think it's mentally like having blinders on, and they really believe they're right. They really believe that what they did is justified. And it's so crazy because, people that are neurotypical on the outside are like, what the heck is this person doing to me? Like, why did they do this? And it's like devastated me. It's, hurt me so badly. And this person doesn't even care. This person has no remorse. This person has no accountability. This person hasn't apologized. And that's how it goes. There's no closure with these people because they literally are so mentally ill. They do not see what they've done to you. They don't see how bad it was. They don't even see your pain. First of all, they don't even see you like as a person. And that's part of it. It's like they don't see you as who you really are. They may, they physically can see you if they are looking at you, but in a way of seeing you as the loving person you are, the kind person, appreciating that you are that person who has done so much and cared so much and, been there for them through difficult times, maybe. They don't see that. it's really a very difficult thing to understand how they can have such a lack of self-awareness that they can't even see you, because they don't even know what their own motivations are in life. Like, and that's something that we have to accept as the other person in the dynamic. And of course, it's devastating. It's devastating for the other person because there's nothing you can do. And I think a lot of people feel like, I just want to be able to do something, and if I could just do this, or if I say this. And trust me, I've tried it all, and there is no way to get them to see the reality of things. They literally just don't get it. So you have no choice but to move on. And there's nothing you could have done, and you couldn't have saved them. You couldn't have helped them. Unfortunately, they have to help themselves, and they don't see what they don't see. They don't know what they don't know. It's like an ignorance that is over them. And unfortunately, you have no control over that. It's only the control you have is to control yourself. You're the only person you can change, and you can't change anybody else. So what do you guys think about this? Do you think that they really know what they're doing, or do you think that they have a limited understanding of how their minds work, and they're motivated by superficial or surface thoughts? Comment below and let me know what your experience has been. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, press the bell icon, and get notifications from whenever I put out new videos.